since we're all using paper. Placement of the mic makes it interesting to see your paper. I'm assuming someone will tell us when. Samantha? Can you take that? We got a lot of stations. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Awesome, excellent. Yeah. Wonderful. All right, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm Barbara Rooney, Director of the California Office of Traffic Safety. Thank you all for being here today. I want to thank our partners who are here today in support of an important initiative. We have National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, Region 9 Administrator Chris Murphy with us, as well as Caltrans Director Tony Tavares and CHP Deputy Commissioner Sean Durhee. By show of hands here today, who in the crowd is perfect? Anyone found perfection yet? No, I see no hands. I didn't think so. But why is that? Because we're human and we make mistakes. But they don't have to be costly or severe or tragic or even deadly. This can be achieved by taking a holistic view of the transportation system, designing and operating a human-centric transportation system that accommodates human vulnerabilities and human mistakes. Also critical to our success is for stakeholders to recognize and own the role they have in ensuring safe mobility for all. And when crashes do occur, they don't lead to fatal and serious injuries. That means road users, managers of the road infrastructure, and vehicle manufacturers, we all share this responsibility. Our new public service announcement that you're all going to see in a few moments recognizes our mistakes as humans are inevitable in life and as drivers on the road. These mistakes are often, they're those close calls that we've all experienced on the road. Almost hitting that cyclist, or the family walking by, or perhaps someone walking while you're backing out of a driveway. Sadly, some are deadly. We are highlighting actions we can take so that everyone on the road, whether you're walking, biking, or rolling, can go safely. The messages are compelling. Our roads must be safe for everyone. October is also National Pedestrian Safety Month, which raises awareness about the risks people face walking or riding and reminding drivers of their responsibility to be alert and to look out for others. The reality is we are experiencing a crisis on our roads. Traffic deaths are rising at an alarming rate across the board, but particularly among people walking. In 2020, 986 people were struck and killed by vehicles throughout the state. Nearly 3 people a day. Let that sink in for a moment. Last year, pedestrian fatalities were projected to be up 13% nationwide compared to 2020. This is not acceptable and must not be the norm. This doesn't need to happen. We can do better. We must do better. We must do everything in our power to keep people safe. From when you get out the door in the morning, when you arrive to your destination, that should be the norm. We all have a responsibility, a role to play, with an outsized role for drivers. From the individual to communities, to roadway engineers and vehicle manufacturers, all the way up to local, state, and federal agencies. Now, we all expect that when we get on an airplane, we're going to reach our destination safely. We should all expect to walk out the door, to a car, to the grocery store, to the train or the bus stop, to work, and expect the same. Safely getting to where we need to go. Traveling should not be a matter of life or death. But for thousands of people every year, it is. The norm must be zero and stay zero. Now, how we get there, that's up to all of us. Now, please join me in welcoming NHTSA Region 9 Administrator Chris Murphy.
Thank you, Director Rooney. I've seen the new Go Safely PSA, and it really embodies what we're all trying to do here today and every day, and that's to save lives and prevent injuries. Speakers here today will all point to the idea of shared responsibility, and it's everyone, not just the driver, the pedestrian, the bicyclist, but it's those who plan, design, build, and operate the system that all must have a shared responsibility. One area we have a lot of work to do is pedestrian safety. And as Director Rooney mentioned, pedestrian fatalities are rising at an alarming rate. October is National Pedestrian Safety Month. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and states across the nation have designated this month to emphasize the need for pedestrian safety. They are vulnerable road users, and we need to do more. The statistics are staggering. In 2020, nationally, there were 6,516 pedestrians killed. This works out to about 18 pedestrians every single day. Nationally, pedestrians account for 17% of all fatalities, and here in California, it's even higher at 25%. We must do more to improve pedestrian safety. Federal, state, and local agencies, together with businesses and nonprofits and individuals, are working towards the day where no one, as Director Rooney mentioned, should have to worry about walking safely, whether it is in the neighborhood, the school, to the park. We must all do more. Tomorrow, October 12th, is National Walk, Bike, and Roll to School Day across the nation. And NHTSA and all of us here encourage everyone to focus on pedestrian safety, but not just tomorrow, but every day. We have a lot of work to do. Pedestrians are extremely vulnerable, and sharing in that responsibility with the departments that are here today will help us get to where we want to be. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Tony Tavares. I'm the Caltrans director, and it's an honor to be here with all of you this morning and for this very special and important event. Every day throughout the nation, families experience the heart-wrenching loss of a loved one from a fatal crash. Last year, around 10% of all fatal crashes in the United States occurred in California. And in 2021, there were more than 4,200 fatal crashes in California. Nearly 12 lives lost every day on local roads and the state highway system combined. Families, friends, and loved ones acutely feel these losses. And this is why Caltrans is dedicated to designing, building, maintaining, operating safe systems on our roadways. Indeed, when used with due care, millions of drivers safely navigate our roadways every day. While the actions of individuals who drive impaired or distracted may be outside of our control, we work hard to minimize the tragic outcomes of those actions. For example, Caltrans takes a safe systems approach to enhance safety across all our roadways. This approach involves recognizing that drivers make mistakes that result in crashes at times, which is why we design and build a forgiving transportation system that minimizes the severity of crashes. Our forgiving transportation system proactively promotes safety for every driver, passenger, bicyclist, and pedestrian. The message of this PSA is we are human. We all make mistakes, we know that. Caltrans has many priorities and challenges, but safety is always at the top of the list. Caltrans aims to achieve zero fatalities and serious injuries on all California roadways by 2050, which is why we put safety first for all road users, including those who walk, who bike, use other modes of transportation. Achieving this goal takes a comprehensive effort across the board from Caltrans, our partners in government, the private sector, and all roadway users. You've heard this said earlier by the two previous speakers, but safety is a shared responsibility. Our work with the Office of Traffic Safety and the California Highway Patrol is an excellent example of agencies working together to reduce traffic deaths on our roadways. At the same time, we also direct our efforts toward more equitable safety outcomes for underserved communities and across all groups, regardless of race, age, income, or mode of transportation. It takes a community effort to create a safe transportation network. It takes everyone here today, everyone watching today, to create a safe transportation network. I'm honored and proud to lead Caltrans and support the role of the department, fulfilling this life and death effort. I want to thank the Office of Traffic Safety, the California Highway Patrol, and the public to go safely, California. Thank you very much.
Good morning. It's good to be here this morning. It's an honor to share the stage with our partners in traffic safety. My name is Sean Dury. I'm the Deputy Commissioner with the California Highway Patrol. As many of you know, the primary mission of the CHP is to save lives. And we, along with our partners here today, will devote all of our available resource towards this mission. There are serious traffic safety concerns on our roadways, and motorists can help by heeding a few reminders before they get behind the wheel. Through our education programs and our enforcement efforts, the CHP warns motorists of the leading causes of injuries and deaths on California roadways. Impaired driving, distracted driving, and speeding are by far the top three. Impaired driving includes alcohol and drugs, whether legal or not. These substances have a serious impact on a driver's ability to safely operate a vehicle and put everybody at risk. In 2020, 973 people were killed on California roadways, and more than 18,000 were injured in crashes as a result of an impaired driver. That same year, we lost 593 people and more than 57,000 were injured in crashes where unsafe speed was the primary cause. Although hard to detect, it was determined that crashes involved distracted driving led to the deaths of 88 people in California and more than 9,000 injuries. These numbers are not just statistics, these are real people. When we talk about fatalities, each of these people leave behind families, co-workers, neighbors, friends, and loved ones. Those who are injured, some with lifelong debilitating injuries, will live with the daily reminder of what happened as a result of someone's carelessness. Probably the biggest tragedy of all is each and every one of these injuries and deaths are preventable. Safe driving is a responsibility each of us bear. Lives can change in an instant because of a moment of misjudgment behind the wheel. As been mentioned here this morning, October is Pedestrian Safety Month. It goes without saying, pedestrians are particularly vulnerable. A moment of distraction behind the wheel, a driver who is traveling too fast and unable to react in time, or an impaired driver whose reactions are slowed due to their impairment from drugs or alcohol can have a devastating impact on those who shared the road. Our officers patrol every day with the goal of keeping our roadways safe, and we ask each one of you to do your part. We will not tolerate impaired drivers on the highways, and our officers will continue to arrest those who are impaired before they can injure or kill someone. We ask those who see an impaired driver to call 911 and provide CHP dispatchers with a description of the vehicle and its location. As we head into the holiday season and traveling increases throughout the state, we ask you to take your time, wear your seatbelt, put down your cell phone and avoid distractions, and please do not drive while impaired. The life you save could be your own. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the women and men of the CHP, please go safely behind the wheel.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your remarks, all of you. Thank you. I think it's now time to share our new PSA. So let the tape roll.
We are human. We make mistakes. We forget about others. Our phones distract us. We don't see that cyclist. We don't see that red light. That family crossing the street. We make mistakes, but we can do better. Get off your apps. Slow the fast down. Don't let drunk drive. Share the road and share the responsibility. Go safely, California.
Thank you all. That concludes our media event. The speakers will remain around should you have any questions. Thank you so much.